a dog in the street.
Wow.
Whoa.
Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah fired by the Vikings. Trevor and I just got done with Eric Felvey news from the Twins stepping down as GM there. Kwesi gets fired. So a lot to unpack here. We'll have a lot of content in the upcoming week about it too, but initial reaction right now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's basically
Yeah, that's literally what's going through my head here.
I feel like it's a little bit of a weird timing. I mean, Kwesi just had a presser yesterday. He was just at the senior or not senior bowl, the whatever like game the college athletes, the ones that are going to be drafted, they play in these
Senior
games
Bowl.
and everything. Yeah. It has a name for it. It's not the actual Senior Bowl, but either way, like he was just there yesterday looking at prospects, getting his scouting reports done himself. And then the next day canned. And it sounds like Rob Brzezinski will be taking the head of, he'll be making the phone calls to these draft prospects for the Vikings now. And then after that, they will conduct a new GM search. So Rob Brzezinski kind of taking head of the free agency beginning on March 11th and then the draft. So yeah, kind of a crazy time right now.
Whoa. That's all I have to say.
So
let's start that GoFundMe for him. Dude's got a family.
Trevor,
he's got bills to pay.
Trevor, you said you have two names that initially you think could be good to hire for the new GM.
So I think he's still with Denver, but I saw a tweet saying, to their knowledge, the insider, I forget the insider, because I've been just going through all the tweets, but it sounds like former high up with the Vikings, former high up from 2007 to 2020, George Payton, spelled like Patton, Paton, but pretty sure, if I remember correctly, is pronounced as Payton. He was assistant GM and vice president of player personnel, worked very closely with Spielman. Like I said, he was with the Vikings from 2007 to 2020, but since has been the GM of the Broncos. But to the knowledge of the tweet I saw of the insider, blanking on the name, to their knowledge, he doesn't have a contract extension with Denver. I'm sure that's one of those cases where it'd still get done because obviously Denver's been very good the last couple of years. But if not, if he'd want to return back to where he spent 13 years with the Vikings, I could see him being a replacement. Do you dare bring back Spielman after you fired him for Kwesi? I mean, he's always been able to draft, finding good gems in those mid to later rounds.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen, but Spielman had – and, Zimmer was always expected to be fired. But when Spielman also got fired, that was a surprise to a lot. Surprise to me, I think surprise to you guys.
Just because of the drafting, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now the biggest thing is he couldn't identify a quarterback.
Yep.
However, you have KOC, and you do have the quarterback you're invested in. Obviously,
so you really don't have that worry.
McCarthy.
That's a good point.
But essentially, it could be like KOC, and as long as they have McCown, they can be like, hypothetically, if they bring back Spielman, you can be like, dude, you worry about every other position. We'll tell you what to do with quarterback. Hopefully, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, obviously, you'll want to draft. If you go through this hypothetical, drafting depth quarterbacks are always key, or identifying a key undrafted quarterback free agent to develop. But that's going real deep into the weeds. But see Payton, George Payton, or Rick Spielman, that's two. Or they really want to go, really cost saving. They hired the three of us. We just split it in thirds. Bruce can do the drafting. I do the scouting, and Jack, you can do free agent signings.
Perfect.
I like that.
Vikings, if you're open to it, give us a call. Just saying. We are.
Drop your phone number real quick. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. 763.
Okay, so Adam Schefter also just let out a tweet like 2 minutes ago that said all throughout the season, apparently the Vikings locker room, everyone, upper staff, it was very, very tense all season. I mean, obviously here's the big talker. It's Darnold or JJ. That was the talker last offseason, and that might be maybe the main reason why Kwesi got canned here.
Nah,
I think
it's
most of
Joe
it's
was wrong.
Well, it is drafting, but this is like he's had better drafts the past, like the last year. He got JJ, he got Dallas Turner, he's had some guys, but like overall, yeah, it's been horrible. But the main talker is Darnold because Darnold is in the Super Bowl next week. That is the main talker because half the report came out from a presser actually yesterday in Kwesi's presser. He has a quote saying like it was basically half of everyone wanted Darnold, and we didn't like JJ's steps that he took in the preseason, in the training camp, in his first time. Half the people wanted JJ, half the people didn't. And so it was always tense now that JJ in the first 5 games was pretty dang bad for the most part. Jack and I went through it yesterday. Yeah, the last 4 games were really good. So we still think we have a guy there, and as most Vikings fans should think. But yes, the drafts were bad, but this is like the main talker right now. Darnold's in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And this is what he's getting flamed for. This is what the media, this is what all the insiders are saying. How do you let Darnold walk? How do you do this? That's that. Yeah, it's the drafts, but I think the Darnold thing is
Those were the
bigger
Vikings.
than
That's
that
when
right
we
now.
let Darnold walk.
Well, yeah. And we had a quarterback that we drafted 10th overall. But either way, like
Pretty much.
it's at least you know you're going to get a good draft in April now or better.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, but it was the Shrine Bowl that was like the last week, not the Senior Bowl. It was the Shrine Bowl. But he met with like 30 different players there. So kind of funny the timing of this. Trevor said before we got on, if there was tension between this, why do you not do it at the beginning of the offseason or kind of when the
No,
season
yeah,
ended?
that seems odd to me.
Well, I'm not. I don't think there's much. It's weird timing, but at the same time, it really isn't because what's really going to change with the roster and all that, besides some coaching changes.
Mm-hmm.
But even that's been minimal. Besides us losing our secondaries coach, I forget which DC job was it. Washington, where he went. I think it was Washington.
Yeah,
besides
Washington,
losing
DC.
him, the roster construction, you can't do anything about that. Trading, signings, re-signings till Super Bowl ends. So from the time of final season or the final regular season game to today,
it doesn't matter.
Nothing
much.
has.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter in the longevity of it. Like it doesn't. I don't know.
I think the biggest thing is they look at that first year draft.
Oh, yeah, that was the worst draft in NFL history.
Yeah, obviously recent. I mean, to trade from 12 down to 32, you dropped 20 spots. You could have had
division rival too.
You could have had Kyle Hamilton, and then you negotiate with division rival, which division rival got Jameson Williams, who's a very good receiver. So there's just that, and then you go Andrew Booth second round, dud. And
it was all busts. Every player from there was a bust.
Go on and on and on.
Essentially.
Another note with the George Payton rumor, who's with Denver currently. I did some more digging. He and Spielman, while working together, because they were the top 2, Spielman, and then he was the second man. Spielman, Payton was. They acquired 22 Pro Bowlers, and then obviously the 2 NFC championships, the one with Keenum, and then the Brett Favre 09 year. Yep. So drafting success, and then even playoff runs too with the 2.
I actually really like the point that you made about JJ being on the team now, is because that's the thing with Spielman. He couldn't find a quarterback. Ponder, no. Like Bridgewater, it sucks. Had the bad knee injury, but like he couldn't find a quarterback. Now that you have your quarterback, it's like
the knee injury. I mean, he didn't really stand out as anything.
It wasn't going to be like exactly. So that's actually a really good point. If you were to bring in Spielman again, you'd get good drafts. The free agency, it's there. Like you don't.
100%.
Kwesi's good in free agency, and he's proved it. But free agency, you're just handing people money. Drafting is such a process. Not that hard. Yeah, I mean, you got to know what you're getting. You got to know the right schemes and the right players for your system and everything. But drafting is such a higher process that if you're bad at drafting, just like we saw today in the last 10 minutes, you get fired if you can't draft well. It doesn't matter if you are in free agency.
And some more notes with Peyton. I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards him, but some of the key 15 Pro Bowlers. Him and Spielman drafted, obviously Justin Jefferson, which I think was his final draft. You got Adrian Peterson, Stephon Diggs, Harrison Smith, and Danielle Hunter. Obviously, there's more.
I know he's not an all-pro yet or whatever, but Darrisaw too.
Yeah, Brian O'Neill, Darrisaw.
Yeah. Yeah, just it was really good for a long time there.
Yeah, player personnel, Jared Allen and Brett Favre as free agents. So,
yeah,
13 years with the Vikings. It would be. I'm sure they're very inclined to bring him back.
Another thing with like the free agency front is like the Vikings also have like the second ranked like facilities and just like team like the players rated this like just like the buildings, the entire system really that the players have to, how they treat families, all that. The Vikings are like ranked like second in the league, I think only behind the Dolphins. So it's like players want to come here. The Vikings have like a top 5 winning percentage of all time, which sucks. We win games. We win games. Yeah. And we have some of the best like situations for players too.
Yeah. I mean, if you compare our facility to, for anyone that's seen the Netflix documentary when Kirk was on Denver, and like when it shows them on the practice field or like in the background, their facility, it's such a wide gap between the two. I mean, I don't know what Atlanta ranked, but it had to have been like bottom. And then obviously Vikings.
Well, Adam Thielen crapped on the Packers in like 2020. He said like, yeah, the locker room stinks. You have to walk downstairs to get to the stadium. And obviously that's historic and everything. But like the Vikings just have a really good situation. It's easy to sign
we
guys.
Absolutely do.
People want to play here. I don't know. Either of you have any immediate thoughts?
No, I mean, I'm just in shock because, like we were saying, like I mean, Falvey's gone now, and now Kwesi's gone. Like, hooray!
The Wolves should be good, and I don't think Billy G's going anywhere.
Billy G better not go anywhere after that. Yeah, after that damn Hughes trade.
Yeah,
I would say I'm relieved because I wouldn't say I'm happy with it, or not that I'm like mad or anything. I'm just kind of neutral.
Relieved is a good way.
The drafting was horrific. Recently got much better, but still, it's so many key depth positions and so way too many busts. And then for him being like analytics driven, it's like really what did he?
Oh, I know. Like
what was like low budget, like low, like cheap salaries that panned out besides Eric Wilson. Like that was like very key.
I mean, the analytics stuff is his undrafted free agents. It was like the Ivan Pace and like a few of those, but like. Yeah,
like Levi Drake Rodriguez, 7th rounder, was looking like he'll pay off. Redmond, Eric Wilson, but even Ivan Pace. Oh my gosh, how stupid can a player be?
Yeah, what a step down! Holy!
I think it was I don't think it was this year's season, but last year when he just punched a dude wearing a face mask, or just athletes in general, like football players. What is punching a dude in the helmet gonna? You're gonna hurt yourself. And, they're not gonna you're punching.
It's all the CTE in their brain, Trevor.
Yeah.
From all the concussions and everything. But
yeah, either way, I'd say relieved is probably the best word.
Yeah,
we can rely on better drafts now. For agency, it's kind of just neutral for everyone. But yeah, there's our immediate thoughts. One other thing is like we all like agreed like over the past couple months, but going back into the season, like if Kwesi had a bad draft here, he might be fired right after that or like next year. Like that's kind of like the earliest we saw it. I guess none of us really said like there's a possibility of it after this year. Obviously, there's a lot of tension in the building, maybe directed at Kwesi. We don't know. There's not enough out on it yet.
Yeah.
But either way, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah fired by the Minnesota Vikings.
And I'll add one more thing. It'll be interesting seeing if he goes back to Cleveland.
True.
Obviously, that's Andrew Berry GM. I know they were close. Young team. Obviously, I think they're going to be analytics driven. I don't think any major big free agents are going to be like, I want to go to Cleveland. So I think Kwesi would very likely go back to Cleveland. It's probably pretty likely.
Yeah, true. All right. There we go. There's our initial thoughts. We'll have more on that in the upcoming week or so. Everyone go check out Kitchen Wise, Closet Wise at US Bank Stadium this weekend. for one of the biggest home shows in the state. If you go sign up for a free in-home consultation with them, they'll give you $500 off your entire project. So good deal there. Go check them out. US Bank Stadium. And for us, follow the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. And there's our initial thoughts. Kwesi fired by the Vikings. We will see you guys this week and tomorrow.
See you guys.
See ya.